What it do, y'all? We back with another episode of Wrestling with Exotics. It's your boys, and we're going to get right into it today. We're going to start off with these WWE releases. I'm actually hyped that this had happened because this is something that I've been promoting on this show since pretty much that we started. There's a lot of wrestlers in the back that don't really want to be here. Wrestlers that are just here for that check and not here for championships and competition. There's a lot of wrestlers in the back who aren't appreciative of the opportunity of working for WWE. And it's really unfortunate because they're taken away from other wrestlers who actually do want to be here. So I'm happy that WWE cut a lot of them so that way we could save money and actually bring in the stars that we actually want here and wrestlers that are actually going to compete and want to wrestle for championships versus just that WWE check. What did you think about these WWE releases?
I think it's pretty cool, honestly. WWE had a lot of dead weight, a lot of people you're referring to who are like unappreciative, so I feel like this will wake things up. Even though I did read that it killed the morale of the people in the back, but at the same time, hopefully it wakens some people up to turn up their game even more who don't even have nothing to worry about. Because I feel like this was a motivation factor to show with the new regime that's in control, we're not going to be tolerating just keeping you afloat because you do good press or you can go to events because you don't wrestle a lot, so we can send you to go be a face of WWE. You know, we pretty much want all stars in all forms. So yeah. I think that's what they were trying to get at here.
Yeah, and I feel like this is also best for WWE because they can actually keep up with AEW as far as stars go, because AEW is connected to like 3 other companies, so they have no choice but to have stars and great pay-per-views and dream matches and shit like that. So I feel like this opportunity will allow WWE to bring in a lot of the stars that they actually want in the company and then also raise the level of competition in the locker rooms. WWE released about 20 superstars, and those 20 superstars are Mustafa Ali, Rick Boogs, Aaliyah, Elias, or Ezekiel, whatever you want to call him, Riddick Moss, Top Dollar, that was my guy, very unfortunate. Best thing I've ever seen him do was flip outside the ring and act like he didn't just do that. That was hilarious. Sheldon Benjamin, we got Emma, unfortunately Dolph Ziggler. I respect Dolph, I think he's a great wrestler. I don't see what everybody else sees in him wrestling wise, but like I said, I do respect him. At the end of the day, bro, you just can't keep getting by off of that Kent State. Like, nobody give a damn anymore about you going to Kent State, dude. I do feel like he'll have a better career in AEW. I feel like he'll figure out a way to weasel himself in the title picture for the AEW Championship. Against who at that time? I don't know. Back to the list. We got Dabba-Kato. We've only seen him wrestle maybe a couple times. Wasn't anything too impressive. Dana Brooke, she should have been let go 5 years ago. I've been saying that she needed to be let go. She's clearly here for the checks. I mean, this woman got a new face every single year. A new face and a new body every single year. Talking a different way, sounding a different way. She's clearly just someone here using NBC. Right, she's clearly just using WWE's opportunities and stuff like that, and I'm not rocking with her. So yeah, I'm happy they let her go. We also got Mansoor and Mace, the Maximum Male models. LA Knight left y'all, and so did Maxine. It's just y'all too freaky, too zesty, and doing too much on television for anyone to have any interest. And then speaking of zesty, we got Quincy Elliott. Booker T used to flame this man, and because, bro, you coming out on your moped with your man boobs and shit out, like, man, you're cut. You're cut. I see why they cut you. Shanky, he was only lit for literally 2 minutes, and then he did the Maharaja dance and shit with the one nigga, and it was over with. After that, it was over with. So peace out, Shanky. We got Yulisa Leon. I struggled saying her name. Like I can't even tell you guys the last time I seen her wrestle. She's gone. And then we got Kevin Venture Cortez, Ike Giroux, Brooklyn Barlow, and Bryson Montana. Again, a lot of these names was just sitting around in the back collecting that WWE check. They wasn't really here trying to compete for actual championships or giving any kind of value to these rosters. So I'm happy WWE released them. And I will say, Baron Corbin, count your days. But because if they let go Mustafa Ali, guess what? You're going to. It's just a matter of time. I think it's real unfortunate that they let Mustafa Ali go, though. Because bro is literally about to have a North American Championship match with Dom at the No Mercy pay-per-view. I thought that was real messy by WWE. I think they should have kept Mustafa Ali. But at the same time, Mustafa Ali was talking shit about the company and saying how he didn't want to be there and even asked to be released before. So,
not because things are going good now, you can't retract.
Exactly, bro. So, you kind of made your grave, so you got to sleep in it, dog. Who else do you see being released from the WWE?
They kind of released a lot of people I expect. Well, the rest of Hit Row definitely is going to get released because Shanti the Adonis is not entertaining and B-Fab is just weird.
Yeah, I don't get her. I do not get her. She's not even that good at wrestling. And then what you say the other dude name was?
Shanti the Adonis.
See, I can't even remember his name. So you definitely got to go, buddy. But I think Top Dollar could stay, if I'm being real with you.
He's the most entertaining out of all of them.
Yeah, and that factor only. And I could tell that if Top Dollar was built a little different or got the right training, he could be a formidable champion one day. What kind of champion? I don't know. I don't know.
He'll do a lot of cheating.
But he could definitely be that. In other news, we got Eddie Kingston beating Claudio for the Ring of Honor Championship and at the same time retaining his New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. This match was extremely embarrassing for Claudio, and I'm going to be real, I caught secondhand embarrassment because of the way he lost this championship. Now, I need you guys to understand, this man has been Ring of Honor champ for pretty much the majority of this year, right? And he lost it simply to a power bomb. Not even like a Batista style type power bomb, like on some aggressive, crazy looking shit. Eddie Kingston just picked him up and slammed him as gentle as you can possibly power bomb somebody on the mat and pinned him 1, 2, 3. Man, I'm embarrassed. What did you think about this match, bro?
Honestly, I think this match is cool just for the fact that Eddie Kingston finished his story and he can say he's finally held that Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Also, at the current time, being the Strong Openweight Champion, which actually he's only the second champion ever because he beat Kenta for that belt. So I feel like 2023 is the year that Eddie's going to remember. And I know that he's had his sober battles and struggles, and I feel like now more than ever, he's gracious to be sober and focused, and he's so happy that he's stayed loyal to wrestling because throughout all these years, that's everything that it's always had his back. And it's even when people, sometimes we don't believe in Eddie, but at the same time, we're seeing he's demonstrating it don't matter. Like, he's successful. No one can take that from him. So
right, and as much shit as I talked about Eddie Kingston, like I gotta tip my hat to him, man. I definitely respect him. I respect everything he's gone through, and I respect the champion that he is today.
Definitely.
In other news, we got Jon Moxley losing the International Championship to Rey Fenix, dog. That was mad unexpected. But I think Jon Moxley had a call an audible in that match because Rey Fenix dropped him on his neck wrong.
Twice.
It was unfortunate because you can kind of see, like, after the first one, Jon Moxley talking to the ref, like, audible, nigga, audible, my neck. Like, and Rey Fenix is all, right, and Rey Fenix is all like, oh, bet, I got you. Picked him up and dropped him the same way. So if his neck wasn't fucked up already,
it is.
It is now. So, yo, bro, like, that was crazy. And that's got to be the shortest run with that belt so far. What did you think about Jon Moxley losing to Rey Fenix in that fashion?
It was definitely unexpected, but at the same time, if he really is injured, we don't want to see Jon be taken away. We did find out recently that he got 7-year-old man arthritis already, so that neck healing should be taking a while. Nonetheless, I'm still scared for Jon just because he's gonna come back and still trying to wrestle. So I don't know if this should be a wake-up call to tune it down a little bit, just because you find that you have a 70-year-old arthritis in your 35, 36-year-old body, and then at the same time, you are always bleeding, and I can't help but feel like arthritis has something to do with the blood in your body, like why you're able to not flex your joints properly.
You gotta have enough blood flow through your body for everything to work.
So I'm like, I just don't think that this is gonna be good for John in the long run. But at the same time, I'm hoping that he uses this to be like, okay, now I'm gonna take my vacation, and at the same time, I'm gonna really like rehab, and then come back. And we're going to tone it down. I'm going to get back to my championship ways and less blood.
I don't think he should tone it down. I think Jon Moxley should just tuck that chin a little better. Or make sure you protect yourself a little better. Because that's all that was. It wasn't like he did anything that was too extreme. The nigga Ray Phoenix literally just did his finisher and fucked up his back. Pretty much. That can easily come from not stretching before the match properly. Or just, not protecting yourself right as far as tucking your chin or doing what you need to do for you to be still okay after that move is performed. You know what I mean? Like a German suplex, for example. Like, you gotta tense up and tuck. Or you gonna really fold your neck back or something crazy. Or get your muffin cap peeled back like Charlotte Flair did when Rhea Ripley German suplex.
That's that scar.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, like, wrestlers know how to protect themselves in these moves, so it's up to them if they're going to be able to make it after the move. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just feel like Jon Moxley should just, be more mindful about protecting himself in the ring and not be too loose. And definitely make sure you stretch before your matches. I mean, even though I just said not be too loose, but, that when I say don't be too loose, pause, I mean, like, minded. Don't be too loose-minded where you're like, I'm a wrestler, he gonna do this move and everything is gonna be sweet. No, still do what you were taught. Still do what you were trained to do when you're in that predicament. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man.
Because it takes one time for you to not give a fuck for your neck to get broken.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
You feel me? Speaking of champions, we got Becky Lynch retaining her NXT Women's Championship against Tiffany Stratton. The match was incredible. Tiffany was incredible. And at the same time, Becky really upped the prestige of that championship by making that the championship to go for right now. And everybody in that women's locker room is gunning for Becky Lynch right now. And I think this is making NXT that much more exciting. And Becky Lynch is definitely a great champion to have for that NXT Championship right now. She's already defended that belt against Zoe Stark, Natalya, and Tiffany. And that's all within the span of 2 weeks. So she's definitely showing you that she's the workhorse and she's going to give everybody an opportunity. And, at the same time, she's not too proud to know when she's been got. So the next person to take that belt off of her is going to be elevated for sure because you beat the man. And you know what they say. To beat a man, you got to beat the man. What did you think about Becky Lynch retaining against Tiffany Stratton?
I think it was great. Becky needs to stay here because she's not winning any main roster titles. Her character is quite bland. I feel like at the same time, even though she's giving credibility to this NXT Women's Championship, this title is giving her back credibility because she's kind of dwindling on that main roster and feuds that weren't related in championships. Because even the Trish one kind of started off kind of like that, but then they started distracting each other away from winning anything that mattered, aside just victories over each other, which I think is pointless. So I feel like her staying in NXT is great. Hopefully she's able to mold Tiffany to really come back and get that belt from her. And Tiffany goes on, hopefully, maybe she beats Mandy Rose's streak. Yeah, now we're on to more of a somber part of this news broadcast. We have to talk about something that was an utter travesty. The universe is only working against the greater good, you know what I mean? Like, why else would this happen? I think LA Knight getting COVID is just an utter travesty, man. At this point, I'm looking forward to seeing him, how they're going to reintroduce him into being John Cena's tag team partner, because that is what I think the whole end game is.
John Cena don't want to work with his sick ass.
Yes, he do. And you don't want him to. But Franchise Day doesn't want we get it. But at the end of the day, the masses, they want LA Knight with John Cena. I want LA Knight to wrestle with John Cena in tag team. That's great, bro. Come on. New age, old age, you know what I'm saying? It's perfect.
Bro.
They both got that it factor.
I swear to God, if John Cena gets injured before getting that 17th championship, I don't know what I'll do.
Okay. LA Knight is going to make sure he's safe. Because whose game is it? Whose game is it? LA Knight. Yeah, we got 2 weeks. I expect him to be introduced maybe like the week leading into Fastlane, like literally that 2 weeks before, because COVID it's only 5 days now for a quarantine, so he could be really introduced next week because he has 5. But it's like just that's it. Because why else would they take out AJ Styles? Who's a big enough star to replace AJ Styles? It gotta be the mega star, bro.
Look, man, my message to LA Knight: don't try too hard to come back too early, man.
You don't want to run.
Worry about your health, brother. Worry about your health. Make sure you completely okay to wrestle. All right? Because I don't need you coming back and contaminating my favorite fucking wrestlers and then bringing that damn COVID and spreading it. All right? So, stay where you at. And like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, LA Knight. You know, I already know you're a smart man. You take care of yourself. You've been in better shape than ever. So this is not gonna have you out and just out. And you're motivated because you know you got to cash that check, break the necks. It's at that time, man. It just everything is just working out right. I saw almost a year ago, LA Knight. I said, you got it. You gonna be a big star, and you've been proving me right. I stayed down, and I see 6 to 8 months later, you proving it's paying off. So I'm hoping that him and John Cena are able to beat the Bloodline, and that needs to offset Roman coming back and pressing the issue, because that's gonna set off him finally addressing this LA Knight guy. And then that's going to set off him, because if you know, John Cena's been coming through the ring and getting introduced as what? The greatest of all time. No, you've been loving that. Right. You love that. But that's why the real greatest of all time is going to return.
No, they said that even when Roman was around. They said that in front of Roman. Roman know what's up. They call Roman the GOAT. Well, that's okay. We're going to say the full thing when it comes to John Cena.
Okay. So who got the titles? Hostage.
Who had the titles? Who had 16 of them bitches? John Cena. That's probably the greatest of all time. We got the days.
Yeah, we got the days. But, you know, we gonna be that low. We gonna be that low.
Speaking of Roman Reigns, we can expect to see him back in WWE sometime in October. I believe it'll be early October, actually. In other news, we got C.Cage winning the TNT Championship. This was just utterly hilarious. I can't help but just laugh every time I see Christian now, because he's always saying something outrageous or doing something outrageous or just got somebody in a chokehold and they can't do nothing about it, and he just dissing them to his fullest knowledge, right? Let me tell you guys how this man won this match. Now, as you guys know, Chris is basically friends or tag team. I don't really even get. He has some type of relationship with Luchasaurus, right? And Luchasaurus was the rightful TNT champion. Darby Allin finesses Luchasaurus and he hits his finisher on Luchasaurus, and the next thing you know, he gets thrown out the ring by Christian, and Christian pins Luchasaurus to become the actual TNT champion. And like I said, this shit was just utterly hilarious, because this is supposed to be a dog and all this shit, but Christian, it's clear as day that he's just using Luchasaurus. He don't give a fuck about this man, and he used them all the way up until he became the actual TNT champion. I think it's insane how he allowed this, and he being Luchasaurus, he allowed this man to hold the TNT Championship before he even won it. You know what I mean? Like, that shit was wild. What were your thoughts on that match, bro?
Honestly, I think it's just crazy to see where Christian's going with this. And I remember, if you remember a couple of shows ago, at first you're just like, I hate this character. And I was like, no, I love it, bro. Because it takes someone like him with a genius wrestling mind to make that championship relevant.
I only hated it because he wasn't wrestling. That was my only point.
But I loved it because I knew it was a setup for him to start wrestling. And he needed to be in that picture, which was brilliant. That title picture without actually holding the title. And
that's the thing is he won.
But he was holding the title. That's remember I was telling you, like, this is stupid, bro. He's not the champ. I was like, bro, this is exactly why I was more okay with this storyline than CM Punk's. Because I knew Christian had a longer game with this plan, with this whole character he got going on. Because he's a solidified wrestler, even bigger legend than CM Punk himself. You know what I mean? Because he's been in like 3 generations of wrestling, and he's won damn near all the first TLC matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always tip my cap to Christian sometimes because I remember when I was younger I used to watch him and be like, you're not better than Edge. But now I got older and I feel like I fuck with you more than Edge because you're more creative. You were the heel first because they believed in you first. They knew you could swim first. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he was in the company first too.
Yeah, and then I also look at it like this too. Christian knows that title's been dwindling, so he's like, what another way to stamp myself to make this shit relevant, make everyone want to take
this. He on that Chris Jericho shit.
He's thinking that making everybody want to come take that shit. So, and I really don't want Darby to beat him because I feel like that doesn't deserve Darby. Christian's too high.
Right, and then let me also mention that Christian Cage will have a match against Darby Allin at Wrestle Dream, which I am excited for, and I really do hope that Christian beats Darby Allin and stamps himself as the rightful TNT champion.
Definitely, because I feel like Darby, you have a lot more ways to go in this wrestling world. Just because I know you're a fan favorite and you risk your body, but this is a clear example of why I'm so high on Max as a wrestler. Max can do a lot of shit. Even when that Samoa Joe Max, I've seen him do moveset that Will Ospreay does. So it was like, bro, it's like he's listening to us. I swear, you're like, let me see that nigga do some luchador shit. And when I see him do that, I'm gonna fuck with him. You saw the luchador shit he did?
Bro,
you saw that?
He did some mid-grade.
No. He did it. Will Ospreay shit. Nothing that Will Ospreay does was great. He did the full throw me around you, then upside down power bomb landed. And you know what? What did we just say? Phil was having a hard time picking up that fat motherfucker. What did he do? With ease. That's why he's one of my dudes because he shows me he's always able to. When you have him in a box, he always brings out a certain distinction in his moveset to get that win. It's not nearly the same as Orange Cassidy, but it's almost in the same concept because he knows what he needs to do to win. He sees that while he's wrestling, and he goes in that mode.
I feel like for Darby Allin, he just needs to focus on getting that AEW championship versus trying to always compete for that TNT, because that's you're putting a ceiling on yourself at that point.
You know what it is too? He's too busy thinking that he's gonna be the face, bro. I'm like, you'll never be the face of TNT.
No, never.
You just don't sell me. Like when I first saw you, I was like, away from your attire. I was like, I like your moveset and it's cool like that, but I'm like, bro, I can't get jiggy with you. I'm not trying to. I would never see you and even think to talk to you.
The booty shorts with the legging combo is insane, dude. It's insane. I can't follow that. I can't subscribe.
I can't.
I can't like. I can only comment, and I can't vibe with that. Is the comment. So yeah, Darb. It's not your time, but I just want to speak on Luchasaurus real briefly because this is also something that I've spoke on many podcasts ago. At the end of the day, wrestling is all about legacy. And if I was a wrestler, I want to have the best start. I want to, do everything right. Like I want to have the best storylines and create the best narrative for myself. Because at the end of the day, wrestling is always about how we going to remember you. We always going to remember Ric Flair as the 16-time champ, one of the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Sting, we always going to remember Sting as a badass motherfucker that come out with the bat and on bullshit. Kurt Angle, we always going to remember him as crazy. You know what I mean? Luchasaurus, we always going to remember you allowing Christian to hold the TNT Championship and allowing him to come around here and masquerade as the TNT Champion. That's how we're going to remember you, bro. And you should just be embarrassed. You should just be embarrassed that you even allowed that to happen. the cold part about it was after the match, Luchasaurus was still kicking it with him and wasn't mad at him or nothing, and then even walked with him to go cut a promo, a whole promo, and you just stood in the back like, are you serious? That shit don't bother you? That this white boy just took your championship? He just finessed you out this match, and now you no longer a champ now? Like, that's crazy. That's really wild. Couldn't be me. Moving forward, I got a question for you though, bro. Who would you like to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson feud with in WWE?
Oh man, I want to see him interact with the Bloodline so bad. I just need it because I feel like that's gonna be a true test too. Because everybody's gonna feel like Roman's not gonna know what to say and do shit. Because I don't even care if The Rock was to bring up, they tried to help me get you over into when you want to wear a Rumble, blah, 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 whatever. Roman has grown so much in character development wise. That's why he's been afforded to tone it down in ring. Because I go back and watch some of Roman's in ring work from 2013 to like just 2018, bro. He insane work rate. Actually has a bag of moves and stuff that he's doing that we don't see near him nearly do now, and that's only because he knows he's a foregone conclusion. All he had to do was figure out the character part, and it's literally taken off from there. And not everyone's a fan of that, but I can't wait to see how he would interact with The Rock, because The Rock is just like he's quick and he's intense, and at the same time he captivates the crowd. And that's something that Roman captivates the crowd, but he's not as intense. He's very slow in his delivery because he's like, and I think Roman plays into the fact that everyone kind of has this image of him or John Cena talking to him in 2017, and he knows he's gotten so much better that he like fucks with people, like thinking like, oh yeah, you got the last word? Thought that shit was sweet? You thought that shit was sweet, huh? Well, this is my camera. This is my WWE. You're in my ring, and you're surrounded by my bloodline. So I just feel like it's so funny just to see how it, because either Roman's gonna get you on the mic or he's just gonna have Solo hit you with the Samoan spike, and I just want to see what is that gonna mean now.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be an excellent match to see, The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Me personally, I wouldn't mind seeing The Rock feud with Randy Orton, because we've never seen them in one-on-one competition before.
That would be great.
You know what I mean? And that could lead to the number one contender to go against Roman Reigns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what if Randy come back and he kind of low-key hating on The Rock, like, bro, you skipping the line? Not you skipping the line, Dwayne. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to have to remind you where your place is. You know who I am.
Legend killer.
You know? So, and I would love nothing more than to see Randy Orton punt that bald ass head. I think that would be great television. Okay, and that's only gonna piss Dwayne off. And guess what? Dwayne ain't about to just run back to Hollywood after he get punted. He gonna have to stay. He gonna have to stay and see about that.
Yeah.
So
we want to see a movie where Rock was the last getting beat up.
right. I'm not watching that. Tooth Fairy. Okay. So, yeah, no, that would be excellent, and that is a great way to keep Dwayne Johnson in WWE. In other news, speaking of the bloodline, we got Nia Jax making her WWE return. And she returned quite some time ago, and we're just now talking about it, but recently she's been beating these bitches up and just leaving. She's on her Roman Reigns
Wreck everyone and leave.
Yeah, exactly. Wreck everybody and leave. So I think that's dope for her, and I can't wait to actually see her feud with somebody that's going to lead her into getting that women's championship, because I feel like she definitely needs to be on top of the mountain. And I would also like to see her join forces with Roman Reigns, because the irresistible force with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Oh shit, they got a new bloodline! Oh, bro, they right back in motion. But this time, I don't feel like Roman is going to get as much help.
He won't.
Keeping that title, you know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Because I feel like that was mostly Jay pulling all that weight and coordinating and doing all of that. You know what I mean?
Right hand man.
Exactly. That's the right hand man.
Roman's gonna be mad, bro. Just do it.
Right, and Jimmy already got like a little.
He ducked off. When
He
said, "I'm gonna call Trevor." He said, "All right," and just left.
And you can kind of tell like Jimmy's kind of using them just to
protect him.
Exactly, because niggas want to beat him up for real. Jay don't give a shit about none of that. He like, all right, well, whoever wants let's get it. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So shout out Jay for that. But Jimmy, he's scared. He's scared. That's the only reason why he in the bloodline.
Only reason.
Like, he let Solo punk him back in, but I don't even believe that. Jimmy just is like, no, I need protection. These niggas want to beat me up.
I used to beat up niggas with these niggas. They ain't gonna just leave me out to dry.
Bro, when AJ Styles started pressing him, he was like, yeah, no, I need the
group. It's dangerous out here.
Yeah, no, I can't afford that. Speaking of Jey Uso, I have a take on him. He's going to be in the Judgment Day, whether he likes it or not. You know what they say. You either with us or against us. And you know what happened to Dom when he tried to go against him. They whipped his ass until he joined that group. And I feel like that's going to be the same thing with Jay, because they over here talking about Damian want him in the group, Finn want him in the group, Rhea want him in the group. He said, Rhea want me? Yes, nigga, Rhea wants you. And I feel like what mommy wants, she going to get. And they going to whip his ass and make it hard for him to win anything in WWE until he joined that group. So you going to get down or lay down, Jay. Best believe. What do you think about that?
I could see that possibly working out in his favor. I think he should just try to go along with it, then try to make the Judgment Day break up from within. I already said I want to see him in the Sami Zayn aspect, but only difference is win some gold too.
Yeah, definitely. I had mentioned Randy Orton earlier, and it's actually fortunate for him when he comes back, he will not be getting paired with Matt Riddle again, because Matt Riddle also got released, which was a shock to me. I mean, it's the Stallion. You know what I mean? Pause. Like, that's his whole gig. I mean, like, if we being honest, bro, Matt Riddle has the perfect build for wrestling. Pause. Like, he has the perfect moveset, and his character is cool, except for when he acts dumb. And I felt like if they would have stopped making him dumb and stopped letting him go on screen painting his nails and making people feel uncomfortable wearing these tight-ass shorts and shit, you know what I mean? If they wouldn't have allowed that, I felt like Matt Riddle would have done a lot better in WWE. And yeah, it was definitely a shock to me that they let him go. That was, like I told you guys before, that was one of my favorite wrestlers when he first started in NXT. Like, he was beating everybody the fuck up and having legendary matches with Adam Cole and Keith Lee, you name it. I do see Matt Riddle competing on other promotions. I know he'll do good in AEW if he were to go there. TNA. I know Matt Riddle will do good anywhere he go, as long as he don't act the way he was acting in WWE.
He'll go in your pants.
and he stopped doing wild ass shit outside of WWE. Cause that's also why they released your freaky ass, bro. You be doing the most out there. Sharing and all type of shit. Like, you doing the most, son. You're doing the most.
You're trying too hard.
Like, yo. We appreciate everybody out there watching with us. Again, it's your boy, the Franchise Kid, Franchise Jerry, and I got my dog with me.
Think I need a Fiji water. You know what it is, man.
And you guys have been watching Wrestling with Exotics. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Share this shit with the world, y'all.
And turn on your post notifications so you know every time we drop a track. And make sure you guys go check out our shop at pcfshop.myshopify.com. We got something for everybody on there, man. Guaranteed. Peace.